Hey everyone, it's Leo from Game Conclave. Thanks for watching. Let's dive in. Halo Campaign Evolved is a remake of the legendary first-person shooter Halo Combat Evolved. It's being developed by Halo Studios, formerly 343 Industries, the team responsible for Halo 4, Halo 5 Guardians, Halo Infinite, and Halo the Master Chief Collection. The story follows the Master Chief and Cortana after their ship crashes on a massive ring world known as Halo. They battle Covenant forces while uncovering the installation's true purpose and a threat that endangers all life in the galaxy. The campaign includes the original missions plus 3 additional ones that expand on events before the main landing. Gameplay involves traversing large open areas on foot and in vehicles while engaging enemies in combat. You can use a variety of human and epic alien weapons, each with distinct primary and secondary functions. Vehicle sections allow you to play around and get into all sorts of warthog trouble. If you've never played this legendary game, this is going to be a great way to finally get your feet wet on this one when it drops on July 28th for the Xbox Series S and X, PlayStation 5, and PC.
Chief, you ever get tired of being the strong, almost silent type?
No.
Speaking of getting your feet wet, Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Resynced is the upcoming remake of the widely beloved and legendary action-adventure game Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. It's being developed primarily by Ubisoft Singapore, with support from other Ubisoft studios. If you're not familiar with this title already, it follows the story of Edward Kenway, a British privateer turned pirate during the golden age of piracy in the early 18th century. Set across the Caribbean Sea and its islands, the tale involves Edward's search for treasure and answers while becoming entangled in the conflict between the Assassins and the Templars. He encounters historical pirates such as Blackbeard, Calico Jack, and Anne Bonny as he builds his own reputation and ship. The gameplay combines free exploration of the open seas and islands with naval combat using Edward's ship, the Jackdaw. On the high seas, battles require managing speed, cannon fire, boarding actions, and repairs. When you're being a landlubber, you'll climb structures, stealth approach enemy targets, assassinate, and engage sword combat against groups of enemies. You can upgrade your ship, acquire new weapons and equipment, complete missions to advance the main story, or delve into the various side quests and get yourself lost in looting and plundering in the Caribbean. Black Flag Resynced is coming to Xbox Series S and X, PS5, and PC on July 9th.
It ain't work if you love it.
Doom: The Dark Ages. Revelations is a campaign expansion developed for Doom: The Dark Ages. The story places the Doom Slayer in a purgatory realm after being wounded and betrayed. He must confront truths from his past with help from a mysterious ally and battle an abomination created by the gods to free his followers. Gameplay builds on the base game with new levels that include additional puzzles and mysteries. Combat features the Chain Spear weapon, which adds options for power and mobility through targeted attacks and follow-ups. New demons will appear throughout the campaign. Exploration covers expanded realms with backtracking elements and challenges that mix combat and puzzles. The expansion also updates the Ripatorium Arena mode with new maps, demons, and weapon upgrades after completing the story. You can pick this expansion and slaughter more hordes of demons on July 7th for the Xbox Series S and X, PlayStation 5, and PC. Gothic Classic is an action role-playing game originally developed by Piranha Bytes, the German studio known for the Gothic, Risen, and LX series. The game is set in the Valley of Mines, a penal colony on the island of Corinus. The Kingdom of Myrtana sends convicts to mine magical ore for weapons in its war against orc hordes. Mages created a magical barrier to contain the prisoners, but the barrier failed and traps everyone inside. The convicts overthrow the guards and split into 3 rival camps with their own laws and beliefs. You take the role of a nameless newcomer thrown into the colony. The story follows your attempts to survive, gain power, and deal with the factions, while events involving the barrier and the outside war unfold. The open world allows free exploration of the valley. Combat uses timing and positioning against enemies. You'll learn skills and build influence through your choices and alliances. Gothic is a certifiable classic, but expect a little bit of jank in this ambitious old title. It's already available on the Switch and PC, but is hitting the Xbox Series S and X and PS5 for the first time on July 28th.
I came to offer my services.
You just come marching in here and expect me to concern myself with you, you worm? Guards!
Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Definitive Edition is an action RPG developed by Monolith Soft, the studio known for the Xenoblade Chronicles and Xenosaga series. And yeah, I know it's another re-release on this list, but it's a great series. The story is set in the world of Allrest, a vast cloud sea where humanity lives on the backs of these massive living creatures called Titans. You play as Rex, a salvager who forms a bond with the powerful Blade Pyra and sets out on a journey toward the mythical world tree in search of the paradise known as Elysium. Along the way, they encounter other drivers and blades while uncovering secrets about the origins of their world. Fight in real-time battles where you control a driver and up to 3 blades at once. You'll build up attacks through auto attacks and then activate powerful arts. Each blade grants a specific weapon type and special abilities that you can switch during combat. Exploration covers large Titan landscapes with towns and wild areas. The main story will span several chapters across the different Titans. This RPG is going to be a Switch 2 exclusive launching on July 30th.
This world will fall into turmoil over efforts to find the legendary blade, the Aegis.
Echoes of Aincrad is an action role-playing game developed by Game Studio Inc. and published by Bandai Namco Entertainment and is part of the Sword Art Online series. The story takes place inside Aincrad, the massive floating castle divided into 100 floors. Thousands of players become trapped inside the virtual world after the creator locks them in, turning the death game into a fight for survival, where dying in the game means dying in real life. You create your own custom character and join the effort to reach the top floor and defeat the final boss to escape. Gameplay centers on real-time combat using sword skills and weapon types that you can upgrade through leveling and equipment choices. You'll explore the floors of Aincrad as well as towns, fields, and dungeons, complete quests, and gather resources to strengthen your build with different stats, and work alongside an AI partner whose tactics and gear you can customize. The journey focuses on advancing through the castle floors while facing enemies and bosses that guard each level. This one is coming to Xbox Series S and X, PlayStation 5, and PC on July 10th.
Attention players, I welcome you to my world.
Granblue Fantasy ReLink. Endless Ragnarok is an action role-playing game developed by Games. The story continues after the events of the previous title. New threats emerge in the form of powerful beings called Ragnalia that signal the end times. Mysterious gateways open to realms of chaos, and figures such as Beelzebub appear as new dangers arise in the Sky Realm. You'll control different Skyfarers in real-time battles against enemies and bosses. You'll build out teams and switch between characters during fights, each with distinct weapons and abilities. The expansion adds summons that you can call for powerful attacks. Exploration covers Sky Islands and new areas through quests and challenges. Strengthen your characters with new gear, and progress through the main story, and then take on additional content such as roguelite style modes and co-op play. The base game is already on the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and PC, and the expansion is coming to all of those plus the base and expansion to the Switch 2 on July 9th. Outward 2 is an open-world action role-playing game developed by 9 Dot Studio, the Canadian team that created the original Outward. The story is set 50 years after the first game in the harsh northern regions of the world. You once again take the role of an ordinary person, not a chosen hero, who must survive and make their way in a dangerous land filled with threats. Gameplay centers on exploration of large open areas that include snowy biomes and new locations. You manage survival needs such as hunger, temperature, and equipment condition while traveling. Combat requires careful timing, positioning, and preparation against enemies. You can choose different starting locations and backgrounds that affect your early journey. Progression comes from gaining skills, acquiring better gear, and making choices that shape your path through the world. The game emphasizes learning the environment and planning your actions carefully. This is going to be an early access title exclusive to PC starting July 7th, with PS5 and Xbox Series releases coming sometime further down the line. Avatar Legends. The fighting game is a 2D fighter developed by Gameplay Group International, who previously worked on titles such as Them's Fightin' Herds and Diesel Legacy. The story features an original tale where characters from different eras in the Avatar universe will interact. Fighters shape the fate of time and space through battles that connect the 4 nations and later periods in the world. Gameplay consists of one-on-one matches using a 4-button system of light, medium, heavy attacks, and a flow button that alters movement and follow-ups. Each character draws from their bending style for unique moves and special abilities. You can select support characters that modify your fighter's options and grant additional techniques during fights. Matches take place on stages drawn from the series locations, with emphasis on positioning, combos, and using the flow system for different approaches in combat. Arcade mode provides individual story paths for each fighter. If you're an Avatar fan like me, you'll probably be diving into this one on the Xbox Series S and X, PlayStation 5, Switch 2, and PC on July 10th.
It's time to meet your doom. Take this!
Denshattack is a 3D platformer developed by Undercoders. Can I say this one looks zany? Anyway, the game takes place in a near-future Japanese dystopia, where climate issues have forced society into dome cities. Abandoned railway lines now serve as arenas for underground groups that compete in illegal trick contests using modified trains. You join a crew of outcasts aiming to challenge the powerful Morido Corporation and reclaim the tracks. Gameplay centers on controlling a customizable train and performing tricks such as flips, grinds, and jumps across large levels modeled after real Japanese locations. You'll race rival crews, chain together combos, exploring the world, complete objectives, and fight bosses to advance the campaign. This wacky looking title is coming to Xbox Series S and X, PS5, Switch 2, and PC. Thanks for watching. Let us know what you thought in the comments. Drop a like and subscribe if you want more gaming recommendations. Till next time, live long and prosper.